A portable fan can save the day, but not all of them do. One of these fans costs $14 and is the quietest thing on the table. Another costs $379 and tells you to take a break when it gets too cold. In order to find the best fan for us, we bought 6 different ones, 3 handheld and 3 neck models. Most were around 20 Singapore dollars or less. We wore each one of them in normal daily use and then ran controlled checks for noise, battery life, airflow, comfort and value. So what did we get? This green mini fan with foldable design caught my attention first. It also works as a phone holder and a mini power bank, so I had to find out if it's actually useful or just a gimmick. Then there's this white neck fan with flexible band at the back. We chose this one to see if the extra flexibility would improve the comfort in the slightest. We also had high hopes for the Xiaomi neck fan. It looks promising on paper and we were keen to see if it'll top the list. Then there is the white portable fan with the screen that got our interest mainly because of its 199 speed levels. These 2 mini fans from Jusia were the 2-for-1 deal, roughly $7 each and perfect for the value check. Finally, we have Taurus, who sent us the Coolify Cyber. It's fair to say that this fan is much different from the rest of the bunch. It's miles more expensive, has 3 modes, cooling with only fans, cooling with special cooling surface, with or without fans, and heating mode. You can control it just with the buttons on the side or use special app for more granular personalization for your settings. Can you guess which fan will end up being my favorite? To make it easier, we gave each fan number 1 through 6. You can see the full details here and also listed down below in the description. For noise levels, we set the fans at 100% speed and measured them at 3 distances, 25 cm, 50 cm and 1 meter. Fan 1 is the quietest. It wins in every distance measured. Fans 2 and 3 are fine. They're not the loudest, nor are they whisper quiet, but they should not bother you at the desk or on the train. Fan 6 in the fan only mode sits somewhere in the middle. And just to add, we solely tested the fan only mode because the rest of the modes are completely silent. Fans 5A and 5B are noticeably louder. In quieter room they will get on your nerves after a little while. They also had a bit of an issue with the fan blades touching the sides and making extra noise. So I'm guessing that the lifespan of these 2 fans is not particularly long. Lastly, fan 4 is the hairdryer of the group. It reached 69 decibels at 50 cm and got up to 73 decibels when measured closer. You would probably never use it at full speed unless you value wind over sanity. They each have different tonalities. 2 fans can read the same decibels, yet feel very different because our ears care about pitch and texture, not just volume. So let me give you some sound snippets from each fan. We also attached a 30 cm ribbon to handheld fans to visually show airflow strength. In terms of battery, we let each fan run from fully charged till they stop. Honestly, this was probably the most challenging part of the whole review, especially when it came time to test fan 4 with its jet-like sound at max speed. From the graph, we see that the fan 3 is the stamina king among the budget fans. It ran about 5 hours and 30 minutes at full power. If you need several hours without thinking about charge, this is a safe pick. On the other hand, it does charge slowly, so plan ahead. Fan 6 is all over the place because of its different modes. In fan only mode, it was the leader of the test, with a solid 7 hours and 37 minutes, which is great for a full day out. In cooling mode, at max intensity with fans on, it dropped to around 2 hours and 6 minutes. If we leave the cooling but switch off the fans, it will last approximately 1 hour longer. And with the heating mode, it lasted 3 hours and 40 minutes. We noticed that the app's battery readout was not reliable, so I suggest judging it by time, not just percentages. Fans 1 and 2 are a good medium. They lasted between 3 and 4 hours, and are a solid half-day fans. The crazy number 4 gives you roughly 1 hour and 26 minutes at max. And honestly, I don't know if I would have finished the test if it had any bigger battery. The twin fans lasted more or less an hour. It didn't come as a shock since they were the cheapest of them all with the smallest battery. When it comes to comfort, it really splits into two camps: neck fans and handhelds. Most handhelds include wrist wrap, but you're still holding a gadget for long stretches. The fact that you have to hold something in your hand, possibly for hours at a time, isn't super convenient. The upside is portability. You can toss one of these into a small bag and forget about it. Neck fans are hands-free and nicer to use in motion, but they are bulkier to carry and usually would require a backpack for carrying them around. With that in mind, if I were to compare them within the handhelds by weight alone, fan 5 is the easiest to walk around with, then fan 1 and then fan 4, as it is the heaviest. The last one does feel the most solid, so you trade a bit of comfort for a better build. Here I can mention that the affordability of the fan 1 does add a bit of weight, but I think it's justified for some of the extra features they offers. I think that the hinge and the pass-through are the only features that really add any value here. Long-term durability will come down to the hinge staying up tight and the button not getting pressed in your bag. The phone stand is a compromise that looks good on paper, but it's not really good in real use. Heavier phones shift the balance and can easily tip the fan over. It also blocks parts of the intake, so you get less breeze and more fan noise. Works in a pinch for a call, but shouldn't be a real reason to buy. When it comes to comfort with the neck fans, I found myself a little bit disappointed with fan 3. It has a lot of things going for it, but the two-piece fan does not hug the neck. When I walk, it drifts to one side and needs regular readjustment. The fan 6 feels much better. Its three-piece design with rubber links wraps closer, almost like a scarf. This is also to push cooling or heating plate closer to your neck and provide that thermal transfer. At the same time, it's heavier than the rest. I would call it comfortably heavy though, but still worth noting that it weighs half a kilo. Lastly, we have fan 2, which is using a similar three-piece design with rubber connectors. It's light and flexes to your neck, so it stays snug even when moving. Out of all the neck fans, I would say this one is probably the least distracting and the most comfortable for me personally. Which brings us to the conclusion. I actually feel almost every fan here has its own place and purpose, with exception of fan 5. Even at 2 for 1, it doesn't justify the money spent. It doesn't have good airflow, the battery life is weak, and the build quality feels kind of meh. For portability and the highest chance that you'll actually carry around, I would pick fan 4. It's good enough for day to day, and if you really need more, you can crank it. The battery life holds up and it feels reasonably solid. The fan that surprised me the most, and probably the one I would recommend, is fan 2. It's cheap, lightweight, and runs well. It moves enough air to cool me without sounding like a jet. The build and looks are nothing special, but at this price point it's easy to forgive. Lastly though, it's fan 6, the Taurus Coolify Cyber. It's the best performer out of the bunch except for the price. It's hard to recommend it to everyone for that, but if you can afford it, damn, it's good. The fact that you can change modes from fan to cooling with fans or heater all in one unit, and it actually does active cooling and active heating, that is incredible. Which one do you like the most? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you think any of these fans might be what you need, check out the links below for more details. As always, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more. We'll see you in the next one.